Good evening, everybody. It's 7 o'clock. We might get started on this special council meeting. My name is Nathan Shanks, the Mayor of the town of Gawler. Thank you. I'll just run through our order of business, and I'd like to start with our statement of acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge this land that we meet on today is the traditional lands for the Kaurna people, and that we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We also acknowledge the Kaurna people as the custodians of the Greater Adelaide region, and that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important to the living Kaurna people today. Welcome members and staff and members of the gallery. I'll just run through roll call. We have only one member that is currently on leave, and everyone else is in attendance. Thank you. We have no deputations, so we're moving on to our decision reports, item 4.1. We've just had a recommendation from the CEO, if the chamber is okay with it. We might split this motion so that we have the item that will be up is just number 1, so the motion being the noting, and then the next motion will move into calling for nominations. Is everyone okay with that? Yes. Yep, happy with that? All right, looking for a mover for noting. You're happy to move that way, Councillor Davies. You're happy to second, Councillor Hughes. Do you want to speak at all, Councillor Davies?
Oh, look, just briefly to say a big congratulations to the Mayor. I think this has been a really good campaign in terms of the respectfulness, the encouragement to vote. I think we've set a really good standard for elections to come, and I really look forward to working with you as our new Mayor.
Well said, Councillor Davies. Thank you very much. Councillor Hughes.
Yeah, just briefly, concur with Councillor Davies. Congratulations. It was a good campaign. It was good to see the voter turnout and everything else as well, so well done to everyone.
Thank you, Councillor Hughes. Any further discussion? No. There be none. Councillor Davies, are you happy for me to put that motion? I'm going to put that motion. All those in favour? That is carried unanimously. Thank you. Okay, so moving through, we now are going to call for nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor. Just before I call for nominations, I'm just going to call for nominations, and then I'm just going to allow the candidates to speak briefly, if we have multiple, naturally, and then we'll probably have to ask to leave the room, I believe, isn't it? Yep. Yep. Oh, if we go that way. Yep. I think you might be right. All right, no worries. I'm going to call for nominations. I saw your hand first, Helen.
Yeah, I might have a slightly out of order. I was going to nominate Councillor Davies.
Councillor Davies?
Position.
Yep. No worries.
Can I speak to that at this stage, or would you prefer us to wait?
Oh, look, I think you can speak to that,
Sure.
and I'll call for nominations after.
I think we would all agree that the election was both dignified and civilised, but it was close, and I think our community values how dignified it was. But with such a narrow margin between the winner and the second place, I think if we are correct about honouring the team and leadership skills, then I think it would be appropriate that Councillor Davies becomes the Deputy Mayor. So for that reason, I am going to nominate him.
Thank you very much. Still calling for nominations. Oh, sorry. Councillor Davies, do you accept that nomination? Yes, you do? Yep. Looking for more you'd like to nominate Councillor Samble?
Thank you, Mayor Nathan. I'd like to nominate Councillor Ethan White for the Deputy Mayor position of the town of Gawler. and say that the enthusiasm that Ethan has shown while being a councillor and so forth is one of getting in there and working together for one goal, and that's what it's all about, and I think Ethan would make a very proud Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Samble. Do I have any other nominations? Oh, of course. Sorry. Deputy Mayor, do you accept the nomination? Yes? No worries. Okay, so now I've got 2 nominations. Can you explain the process?
Just give me 2 seconds and I'll confirm.
I've only got the 1 point sitting there. Unfortunately, the 2 candidates still need to speak, and then it will go to the vote. That I'm sure they'll be as speedy as possible.
So, thank you, Mr Mayor. Just to clarify, so Council has a decision to make whether they wish to do this vote in an open vote, or do you wish to do it by secret ballot? That's the first question.
So I'm looking for
I'd put to the floor that we do it by secret ballot as an indicative vote prior to doing the motion.
Okay, we're happy with secret ballot. Do I need a call for it?
So I think we
Move it?
might accept.
Yeah, we're
that
going
as a
to
move.
move that. It's moved. Do I have a seconder for secret ballot process? You're happy to second, Councillor Vallelonga? Any discussion? If there's not, I'm going to put that we do secret ballot. All those in favour? All those against? That is carried.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Now, the process is Nikita has put on your tables a ballot form to fill out. There are 2 names to select from. Please select 1 name. Sorry, remiss of me. Mr Mayor, I think our candidates need an opportunity to...
Oh, sorry,
talk
yes.
to us.
Yes. Councillor Davies, you were nominated first. Would you be okay to go first?
Okay, so yes, it's not very often that council is able to hear directly from the community of Gawler in the middle of the council term on what it wants from its leadership team, but we have just had that rare opportunity. I think the result reflected that people found strong value in the priorities of both of the elected members who ran, and in the end our new Mayor Shanks came away with the win, which I congratulate him for. On my end, I'm humbled by the support of the voters who did back me in, and while I'm unable to represent them in the role of Mayor, I would love to be able to honour that close result by applying to support our Mayor as his deputy in a leadership team that would represent a combined 90% of the first preference votes at the elections last week. I believe this is a practical decision, as we've never had a community consultation process that was this clear or with this many people, and it's also a very powerful symbolic decision as a show of unity on the very first decision of this new term. If council was like state or federal parliament, this wouldn't be possible. This would all be about opposition leaders and factions and insiders and outsiders, but I don't think that's what our values are in this council term, and I don't think it's what our community expects from council, and I don't think it's what they want from our council. So no matter what happens with this vote, that's what we need to keep in mind, that the community expects us to get on with it, work as a team, and create a better future for Gawler. And I'll work towards helping that happen no matter what, but I would love to be able to do so as your Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Davies. Councillor Watt, Deputy Mayor Watt.
Thank you, Mayor Shanks. First of all, I would just like to congratulate you, Nathan, on your election as Mayor. Nathan's worked very hard in front and behind the scenes since stepping into the acting role, and I congratulate you, your family, on this successful victory and wish you all the best in the role. I'd also like to acknowledge candidates Paul Little and particularly Councillor Cody Davies on a very successful campaign. I admire Cody's commitment to promoting our town, and my hope is that this will continue. And I look forward to continuing working with Councillor Davies as a councillor for the remainder of this term. I think we can all agree that this is a community where everyone should belong. I nominated for council at the age of 20, recognising that young voices were not being heard perhaps as much as they should at the local government level. I advocated on the platforms of tourism, youth and community. And I'm proud to say that together as a council, we've made progress in these areas of belonging, whether it's from tourists feeling like they belong in our town because they've got a place to park, or community groups feeling like they belong because their elected representatives supported them in finding a home. Together, we've proven what can happen when we work together with communities that are feeling like their views don't belong at a council level. From the Vidoulas Code Amendment and Hammerford Grove phone tower proposals, to working with sporting communities to ensure they belong in adequate facilities within our community. While we've made significant progress during our time on council, I've noticed that while in my role, there are other members of the community who don't feel like they belong. And as a representative of the whole community, I feel as if I have a responsibility to ensure that they can belong. For the final 14 months of this council term, I'm going to make it a priority that these voices that are potentially being excluded from the conversation can belong. People with a disability, members of the queer community, First Nations people, those from migrant communities, and women. We've got some important decisions coming our way in the next year or so, and I think it's crucial that the views of all members of our community are heard so that everyone feels like they belong in our town today and tomorrow. This will be my priority as Deputy Mayor and as a councillor. But I feel like being in the Deputy Mayor role, supporting the Mayor, elected members, CEO and our staff, while equally ensuring the views of these who perhaps aren't as loud when they attend council meetings or are too scared to engage in fear of being ignored, do feel like they can belong in Gawler. It's been an honour to serve as Deputy Mayor for the past 3 months, and now that I feel like I've learnt the ropes a little bit, I'd be extremely grateful to continue as your Deputy Mayor, ensuring all voices of our community are not just heard, but genuinely included. Let's continue building a Gawler not just where people live, but where they belong. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll just query the process.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. So just to confirm the process, I will be your returning officer for this evening. You'll have a voting form in front of you. You need to pick one name, either Councillor White or Councillor Davies, and put that on your ballot form. Once that's complete, it looks like Sharon's going to collect those for me, and then I will go through the results.
We'll just talk amongst ourselves while the countings happen. Cheers.
Through you, Mr Mayor, I declare the result 6 in favour of Councillor White and 3 in favour of Councillor Davies. Based on that approach, if we could populate Councillor White into the recommendation.
Congratulations, Deputy Mayor White, and thank you very much for your nomination. As always, Councillor Davies. I'm going to call for a mover. As this, I think we're going to have to get a conflict declared from the Deputy Mayor. Do you want to just declare that for us?
I've got a material conflict of interest, so I'll leave the chamber.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Okay, thank you for that. All right, looking for a mover for the motion on the screen. You're happy to move that way? Looking for a seconder. You're happy to second. Any discussion? You'd like to say some words?
Yep.
Councillor Solomon?
Obviously, congratulations to Councillor White on being appointed as Deputy Mayor, and I do also want to acknowledge the hard work of Councillor Davies in the election, and of course the tremendous turnout, which I think is undeniably in large part owed to Councillor Davies and the way that he's engaged our community. I think what Councillor White spoke to there in his speech is something which Councillor Davies and Councillor White can work very closely on and will complement each other, and I think that Councillor White will build upon the work that Councillor Davies has done in engaging more people in our council. I didn't want to have to express this, but I will just for the record, just because of what happened there. I'm very happy to disclose to anyone, any member of the public, who I voted for in that ballot. It's been standard practice that we do a secret ballot for some time, and we've previously given reasons for that in regard to for the benefit of the people who are running in that election. So I don't want that to be the perception that I jumped at the chance to have a secret ballot there, and frankly I'm disappointed that wasn't supported as standard practice. But I shouldn't have had to clarify that, but for the record, there it is, and I'm happy to proceed with this vote now.
Thank you, Councillor Solomon. Any further discussion? There be none. I'm going to put that motion. Oh, you'd like to speak? Yep. Councillor Semple.
Thank you, Mayor Nathan. Look, it's great that Ethan has been approved by you elected members as well. But one thing I want to say very, very proudly to you, Cody, the way you have fitted into this council with total heart and soul in mind of everything you've done, the way you've been through the election period of the mayor and also this now. I'm so very proud of you, and I am looking forward to working with you into the future, and I feel sure that it won't be very long before you'll be in some other position a bit further down the track because of your enthusiasm of being an elected member of the town of Gawler. So I'm happy to move that motion.
Thank you, Councillor Sample. You'd like to speak, Councillor Davies?
Yeah, to congratulate Deputy Mayor White. I'm not fully, I guess, ready to give a full presentation yet, but I'll support Councillor White in any way I can in the role.
It's perfectly fine. Thank you, Councillor Davies. If there's no further discussion, I'm going to put that motion. All those in favour? That is carried unanimously. Thank you very much, members. Might just get Deputy Mayor back in the room. Thank you and congratulations, Deputy Mayor. Okay, so moving through the agenda, we have item 4.2, or 4.3 now, sorry. You're happy to move that way. Councillor Hughes, would you like to speak at all?
Just really briefly, these are sort of standard positions for the mayor and very important for the town. So, yeah, very happy to move it.
Yes, I think we've actually got a AGM coming up next month as well. So, yes, All good. Do I have a second for the motion? You're happy to second, Councillor Hennessy. Would you like to add any words? You're happy with that? Any further discussion? You're happy for me to close the debate, Councillor Hughes? I'm going to put that motion. All those in favour? That is carried unanimously. Thank you. Pretty much another administrative one here. We've got item 4.4. Looking for a councillor to be appointed to the Audit and Risk, just because of the vacancy on how that all works. Do I have a nomination to the Audit and Risk? It's a good committee. You've learned a lot about finances. I am already on it. Do we, if we don't have any takers, I know I know it's sometimes not a sexy topic, but very important. You're looking for a nomination?
I'm happy to nominate
Yeah.
if no one else would like to go. Very happy to, but happy
Okay.
if someone else would like to, that's fine too.
Okay, so if no one else will nominate, the Deputy Mayor then is going to put up his hand to be on the Audit and Risk. All right, if we're happy to move that way, the Deputy Mayor is allowed to move that, assuming? Yep, so we'll take that as the Deputy Mayor has moved. Looking for a seconder? You're happy to second, Councillor Samble? No worries at all. Any discussion? There be none. I'm going to put that. All those in favour? That is carried unanimously. Thank you very much. That brings us to the close of our special council meeting. Next being the 28th of October. The meeting is now closed at 7:22. Thank you very much, members, and those tuning in.